kind of want to see how I can set this up. I want to see how I can set up and still see chat. There we go. Magic the Gathering. That's what we're looking at today. Let's see. I can make this a little down a little better. There we go. We're kind of hanging out. I'm going to do some deck reconstruction. I want to build a very strong Hashiton deck from what I can make of with my collection. And I'm looking at how am I going to do that, right? That's the question. Nice back here. I need some water. That's what I need. Get some water before we get right into it. My dog doesn't like being left alone. Hey, so chat, I got a question for you. I see something crazy today because I'm kind of like surfing the web. I'm watching streams too on my phone. I do the doom scroll too, and I'm scrolling right. I see this YouTube channel of this guy just making ridiculous noises. He's got like he's got an ice cream man or something like that. He's got like a toilet seat over his shoulders. And I'm like, the dedication to self-humiliation to get views and to grow your channel is like hecka intense. I can respect the grind, but I gotta tell you, that is intense. Hey, how are you doing? SK Power, 5K Power, how you doing? All right, we got some magic cards here. And we're going to work on some decks. I got some decks here that I've got to finish, and I figure why not stream and chat with you guys while working on stuff. I'm from India. How you doing? India, do people play Magic the Gathering in India? I don't know how far Magic the Gathering goes. I know people play in Italy. There's Italian cards that have rules that are messed up on them. Lavoid, how you doing? Welcome in. But we're busting out some magic cards right now. This is a stack of cards I need to put away. Which we should do. We'll find some spots where I'm looking at it. No. What is this? This is not cards I need to put away. These are equipments. Oh, this is the deck I'm working on. Okay. I don't know why Snake Token was in there for. I'm going to sub? Hell yeah, little void. I appreciate it, brother. Brother! What the fuck is this? Okay, it looks like the stack of cards I was going to be using to build a deck definitely have gotten mixed up. Did I try to build this deck twice? Alright, we're going to put these cards back here. Because this definitely got mixed up. These are the sleeves. We're going to use some yellow sleeves for that one. Is there a way for me to make chat bigger? There isn't quite a way. Just that I know of. This is my nightmare deck. We need to. This is a nice little deck box made of a filthy material. Don't know why I bought a white deck box, but I think this material is gonna not turn gray after a while. we're busting out everything. I think we want to kind of revamp everything to be a little more synergetic. That means making sacrifices. I like, and that means like building more decks though, because what you take out, you should always put into another deck. I think, especially if you're like interested in seeing how it works, and you like to play at different levels of Magic. Because sometimes you're like, I want a bit of a more competitive edge. Sometimes I want, more of a fun edge. And all that. Put that in there. How you doing? Hello, Angela. How you doing? You've been recognized. Louisville, wait for him. Some people demand attention immediately when they join, and it is actually very silly and funny to watch because they have like freakouts in a comment section, and you're just like, damn, who raised you? You know. It's like what people demand sometimes are a little crazy. Okay, so what we're working on first is we have my Hashaton deck. I have two of them. And I feel like I want to optimize one of them to be stronger, faster, meaner. It's not quite CDH, but that is the plan for this Hashaton deck, is to become CDH. Interesting card. I was just reading one of my cards here. This deck may contain Ambient Spite, Interpret Combos, and Vocational Revenge. Hey, CEO, how you doing, man? Welcome in. What is that? Never saw that. This is Magic the Gathering. It's a very popular card game in the United States, Australia, Europe. I don't know how far it goes, but I know there's plenty of fans. I'd say maybe more popular in English-speaking countries. Maybe. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But I feel like that could be the point. You know what? I kind of want to work on my spaceship deck first. Because I have an idea that I want to see kind of come through. Hashaton is a great deck, but I'm a little more stumped with that deck. You know what I mean? I'm a little more like, how do I get this to work situation at the moment. And that's what I mean for that. You can get Magic cards at GameStop. You can get them at local like collector shops that sell cards, Warhammer, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. You can get those things there. Oh, I also have a human I need to put in one of my decks. Actually, I think I have a few humans I need to put in. So like I got a black white. Uh, I don't. Okay, we got a few things we want to upgrade. Let's see how this is gonna work out. We went from like we're gonna work on this deck to this deck. We're gonna work on this deck first. It's right here. One thing that Magic the Gathering has been doing a lot of lately, if you don't know Magic the Gathering, you won't know this, but essentially, Magic the Gathering has been doing a thing called Universes Beyond. So if you're a fan of Fallout New Vegas or Fallout games, if you're a fan of like Lord of the Rings, you're a fan of other things, uh, this stuff has been added to Magic the Gathering over time. Like Spider-Man and Marvel stuff is the newest things added to Magic the Gathering. So when you go to the store, you'll see like Spider-Man cards and stuff like that, and Marvel themed things as well. And I think it's bad good. Like it's good to bring more people in, but it definitely seems like Wizards of the Coast. They've always been a very greedy. Not always. They've lately the last like say 10 years have been a very greedy, annoying company that I love the product they make, but their choices tend to be questionable. They do a lot of ridiculous crap. But this is the commander I run in this deck is Kaiser Legion's Emperor from Fallout, New Vegas. If you didn't know that, well, now you do. I hope you will remember it. Dragonfire Blade. We might take that out because it's going to go in another deck. We're going to sort this. So we got our 3 drops, 3 drop rocks, our lands, our 2 drops. You can't quite see them as well. Let's move some stuff. We don't have a second camera for close-ups. I used to like Pokemon when I was younger, but I'm definitely not a fan of it. I feel like more that I grew out of it. I still appreciate it as a, something that was a part of my life, but I've definitely grown away from it. Not really my jam these days. So we do have this guy in the deck already. Okay, so we can put this back in the binder. Cool. Oh shit, I gotta play this more. I forgot I actually upgraded this nicely. It's actually a fun deck. I can't wait to play it again next time I go play Magic. Because I think this is just a deck that works now. The 5-drop. We might replace Titan Hunter. I get it. I wish I can play a good game. You should try out Magic the Gathering is definitely worth giving a try. It's a very flexible game. There's a lot of different ways to play it, and a lot of people play it too. So you can definitely find people to play. And I think Magic the Gathering is a great card game. It's got its problems with like other silly things. But I think it's a really fun game. Real fun game. I like to play it. I definitely kind of made this deck to be very burn in its play style. Burn people to death as I play things. This deck can definitely get controlled by others. Okay. I thought I had the same card in there twice for a second. In Commander, you only allowed 1 copy of each card. My channel actually isn't card focused. This is just a hobby I have. My channel is roleplay, gaming stuff focused, I do upload some of my Magic the Gathering stuff here on occasion. But it is definitely more focused on the gaming roleplay side of things where I can do voice acting and all that. I'm actually pretty glad I put Gideon in here. He's kind of like a old relic in a sense. I was like, people don't play Gideon very much from Magic anymore. There's my Skull Clamp. I am actually very happy. As I'm building it, looking through this, is like, I didn't realize how good this turned out. Shit, I may have just realized an issue. I do have a copy of a card in here by accident. Yep, it's the Dovahkiin Encampment. I put it in here twice by accident. We'll fix that here in a second. So like in Magic the Gathering, you're only allowed one in Commander. You're only allowed one copy of each card in your deck. All right, so my curve seems to be fairly low. I could probably afford some other things. Okay, cool. Makes it a little easier. So we put 2 copies of this card into the deck by accident. Now we can just take it out. And we will put in Isshin. 2 heavens as 1. As attacking. Okay, we gotta look at something. Because I do want to put Tessa Karlov in the deck. We gotta see. Whenever creature enters. She would trigger it. So we gotta know what would trigger. Hey, go ahead and ask a question. I play lots of video games. Welcome in, too. This would trigger. She is a human, too, which is awesome. This might, by proxy, trigger it, which would be interesting. Isshin would definitely trigger Mobilize. Yeah, ask a question. Ask away. Let's see. Attacking would trigger that. Mobilize trigger. My commander triggers Isshin as well. Nadir triggers off of Tessa. Revival. Creature attacks trigger. Creature attacks trigger. Let's enter. Yeah, ask a question. Go ahead. You're welcome to. You don't need to ask for permission. That's not trigger it. Creature dying will trigger this. Huh. So it does look like Tessa Karlov only triggers a handful of cards in my deck. 1 second. That triggers. We can actually really amplify the damage of her in here, though. She's a 4-drop. Why did you just... That was a fun human to put in, but we're taking her out. Do you have a lot of subs? How do I have a lot of subs? Are you wondering, like, does it seem like my channel is slow? I don't have a lot of viewers. Like how did I get there? I feel like 7,000 is not a lot of subs. I've done a lot of roleplay, and some of my bigger videos have like my biggest video has like 30K views, which is not a lot either. But I have a lot of videos between 1,000 and 30,000 views. I have a lot of videos in that range. Yeah, it just So here's a secret. If you want to like not like it's not really the greatest secret. It's something that I'm like working out and figuring out. So um I've been working on YouTube for 10 years. I stream daily right now. I used to upload regularly. I'm trying to get back to regular uploads, and I stream on my phone, which is like a thing you should do, and streaming on PC, like the games you play, is something you should do. And so it's about having a lot of dedication to regularly uploading a lot. Is how that kind of works out, you know, and so on. All right, we I feel like we've upgraded this deck. We definitely need a lot more synergy for it, and I look forward to getting those cards later. But YouTube, it really is a lot of hard work these days. Um, the competition's bigger than ever. You got to know your niche, and you need to be consistent. And then there's that like the last ingredient is like a dash of luck. And there's also skill involved. And I'm okay at the things I create. I'm not the most skilled editor or creator. I have a lot of passion. I have consistency on my side. I have a niche I focus on. But I haven't found luck yet, and I definitely need to improve my skills. Those are things I definitely need to focus on. I'm hoping one day I make it. I'm hoping one day people find a lot of interest in me somewhere out there. But it's a long journey. I'm not ever sure if I'll ever actually make it, but I can tell you this: this is definitely something I'll be doing into old age because I enjoy it. But how do you record your vids on mobile? Um, well, if I do skits, like I'll record with my phone, but like on my gaming desktop, I use OBS, Open Broadcast Studios, and you can stream and record from it, and it's a free application. It's what I use. So the next deck we're going to work on is this spaceship deck I have. It's focused on the new set that came out like a month ago, Edge of Eternities, the Spirit flagship. All right, so we'll organize it out. I think we don't run enough lands. Could be our issue. The deck is a little expensive to get going. Thank you. Take care. Have a good one. I have to get better at the setup for this deck. I often find myself kind of not sure what to do, and this is like a new style of cards that I don't play quite often. So I'm always like not exactly sure what I want to do playing in Spirit Flagship Vessel. The idea I'm going with was kind of like making it like a factory ship, you know, the theme of like just creating a lot of tokens to use to crew things like robots and stuff, but I don't have the cards to do that the way I want to. So it's definitely something down the road I got to figure out how do I balance this deck better. It is a little bit more on the pricey side of like playing cards. How's everyone doing in chat, by the way? Welcome in. If you're new, never been here before, I'm Cynics TV. Hell yeah. This card's just cool, but it's not doing anything for my deck or even fits my style. These are two cards that can go. I don't know why I put that there. Of course. Mystic Forge. I have a lot of cards in the higher costs. I see. We're going to need to count my mana too. Oh shit, these are not organized. I was like, I thought I had more stuff in here. Counterspell. Rewinding clock. Yeah. I think Teferi's Insight could be taken out of this deck. This doesn't, like, with how much I'm drawing, it doesn't quite work out. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. $35 isn't too bad with the rocks I put in this deck. So. I am struggling a little bit with land sometimes, but I think 35 isn't too bad. It does change the odds by being that low. What else do we want to put in? We want to put this Lumen class frigate. And I think we'll put the Moxite Refinery back in the deck too to move around counters. Because we do end up with excess now. And that becomes useful. Hell yeah. That's a little better, I think. 3 cards that weren't really impacting them. What's up, Ava Plays? Welcome back. How you doing? Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. That's another deck. I think we have improved. Hopefully I can keep it working. We have a couple cards we can put. Oh, should put our commander in there too. We have a couple cards we can put back into the binder. What kind of collection is this? This is my Magic the Gathering collection for where I play Commander. The next deck I'm working on is gonna be a lot more complicated. It's my main deck. It's very competitive, even for Commander. It is a $1,000 deck so far. What's the value of the cards in it? Oh, cool! Hell yeah, yeah. Do you play Magic the Gathering as well? If you play Magic the Gathering, tell me about who's your favorite commander and why. What's your favorite color combination in the game? And all of that. This right here is my favorite deck. And some of these cards are going to be a lot harder to see from the angle. At some point, I got to figure out how do I live stream from my phone and like do different angles, like have different devices paired up with it. That'd help. All right. This deck is like, this is all the tokens I need for my deck. Different kinds of tokens. This thing is beefy. The commander I run is Hashiton. He's not quite CDH level, but he's getting up there. So we got kind of a crazy curve here. We're going to show up the curve first, because I do cheat in a lot of cards. So the curve gets wild. One over here, higher this way. It gets intense. Oh yeah, thank you. I love Magic the Gathering. I love refrigerators. 5, 6, 7. 7 drop. 4 drop. 5 drop. 2 drop. 3 drop. 3 drop. Another 1 drop. So I want to make this thing play more consistently, and so I have to make some like critical sacrifices to the deck. And that's the hard part. If I end up discarding, you know, at least the possibility, am I discarding more pieces that we'll try to just get past to get to the main strategy. It's kind of hard to balance this thing, this deck, because it is goofy. Well, I have to go. Sadly, have a great day. You too, David Plays. Have a good one. 6, 7. Another 8 drop. The Procession. That card right there is $50 by itself. Skyclave Apparition. Elesh Norn, Mother Machines. Here's some good protection. Here's a good discard outlet. My land. 6, 7. A tutor for 5. Another 8 drop. Astral Dragon. I think I also consider like I need to maybe play slower sometimes. Try to react to my opponents more, where I like get the pieces together and need to uh, win the game. We kind of skipped the 6 drops, I see. So a lot of my cards are very expensive in this deck because the idea is to kind of cheat them out. So here's my deck layout. Like it's a lot of 2 and 1 drops, and all really expensive stuff. One, two. So I think where I need to get to with this is I need to get to setting my board up stronger and quicker in the early game. I'm noticing that since I have so many expensive cards in this deck, I'm often drawing too many of them before I can do things. And right here on this chunk, it's like half and half almost. You got 2, 3, 31 cards right here out of a 100 card deck that I can play pretty quickly and easily. 32. And the other half, um, cards I cannot play quickly. So I'm thinking. I love running Farewell, but we're taking Farewell out for a counter spell. Because in most cases, I can handle crazy board states these days with this build. And in fact, my board state tends to be the craziest quite often. That's 1 card down in the expense of this deck. I'm thinking the important part of it is that I am duplicating a lot of cards. What I mean by that is I'm using cards like these right here. Mondrak, Anointed Procession, Alish Norn, Caretaker's Talent. Oh, they're all white too. We're using these 6 cards in the deck to double up and copy my triggers. It's pretty good so far. Cards like these right here. These three cards instantly win the game, and these two cards instantly win me the game, in most cases. So this cannot be replaced. I think we like the idea of a rocks. Honestly, I think Bailmark can go mainly because the mill function of the deck actually hurts the deck now in some cases. Because we are drawing and discarding so often. And we have more counter spells, and we have more rocks and more things that we don't want to lose in the graveyard forever. And that's hard. So taking mill out completely could be a good idea. I have ways to get out a lot of things out of my graveyard. I have ways to reuse sorceries and instances, and I have a way to get back low cost permanents. I'm thinking we take Overlord out and replace it from something from my other Hashiton deck right here, and switch something straight across, because I still want to run Overlord in my other deck, and I think I would choose another enabler. An enabler is just a card that allows my deck to function right away. I might just put more draw power in it to get through things faster. I think we'll put draw power back into the deck. Lowers the curve. Keeps me drawing cards. We do have a lot of good you have a lot of good doubling stuff in this deck these days. I feel like we should probably also put Keys to the City back into the deck. And I'm also feeling like I should put Urborg, Ratadrig of Urborg back in the deck too. That would be good. Just don't know what I'd take out, because we like the removal, we like the revival we have. We've put more interaction in lately. You have more life gain too these days. The Ocean Norns are really strong. They're really mean in this deck. Omni Leader is great too. It's past all stuff. I don't want to take any more lands out either. Done that too many times. Because the Urborg in this deck would be good. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token copy of that creature so that it's not legendary and it's a 2/2. Rata, he goes kind of hard in this deck. He goes really hard in this deck, actually. He needs to go back in. I run a lot of legendaries. Like, even Autoball Elite. That's not a legendary, that's surprising. 2, 2, 3. Four. Five. Actually, I've taken out a lot of legendaries recently. I have less legendaries than I thought I had before. Interesting. Definitely goes hard when it comes to copying. 2 more. 7. 8. Let's go a little harder. 9, 10, 11. It's not as hard as it used to be. It's still good, but I think it stays. I think it stays. That came out pretty dang decent. You guys were watching. Just finished the game with my son. What you building? Oh, the D fam. Actually, I'll stay on a little bit longer. We just finished rebuilding Hashitan. Hachitana, it's one of the stronger. It's almost CDH. I'm not quite there yet. Definitely have to get the cards for it, but it's supposed to be as close to it as I can get. Then I have a weaker Hashitan, which is still like a 4. That's more zombie tribal focused. We finished up my spaceship deck. We finished up my humans, stuff like that. But thanks for watching the stream, though, guys. I've been live for 50 minutes and starting to get tired of organizing cards. We're gonna go to the desktop. We're gonna stream some games from my desktop, and we'll chat there. But I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Until next time.